Aloha, and thank you for tuning in to Booyah Marketing. My name is Christina Estrada, where we have deeper connections. This is Carol Denego. Thank you, Carol, for joining me in again today for this phenomenal session. How are you today?
Doing great, Christina.
Great, great. You just did a um what would you call this? Because we sit, and I would like for you to talk more about it because I know, so the viewers, let's give them some context on this. Um, so I was paddleboarding. I'm taking paddleboarding classes, stand-up paddleboarding, and what happened was I was paddling, and I I have a fear of like jumping in the water for some reason in the deep. Well, I do have my reasons because, my son and I, we were kayaking one day, and I had fallen over, and ever since then it's like this trauma that has been built inside of me. So I'm getting over my fear. I'm facing my fears, and one of my fears is like being in the depth and like in the water. So that's why when I jumped off my paddleboard, I kind of freaked out and tried to like stay with the board. And with that, instead of listening to my instructor and just pushing the board away, I ended up like smashing the board in underneath my boob, in the rib. It's the most delicate part. Like I've gotten to the point now that, you know what, if I am in a fight and I had to protect my face or my ribs would be number one, because this is the most like excruciating pain. Even though it's like bruised and not fractured or broken, I could just possibly just anyways. Besides the point, my pain level is about, it was, I would have to say before I talked to Carol, between 1 and 0, or 1 and 10, 10 being excruciating pain and one being like nothing, 0, right? I don't feel nothing. I was about, like, I would say a 9.5, and ever since she did her process on me, I'm about, I would say, a 5. So that's a pretty big, that's a pretty big shift there. So I would like to give the floor to Carol. Carol, what is the process that you do, that we do bartering? We do, it's nice because we do trade. For my businesses, for marketing, she does the work for me, and it's just a beautiful space that we've created. So could you explain to the viewers with me and me, how do you go about doing this process?
We were doing a quantum energy session, and for me, quantum just means that there's no space and time involved, so that it's happening in the now. You are open to new possibilities. When you made the request that for for a session to do my thing, and for me, I call it playing in the field. And then I follow my intuition and see what comes up. And so there were different, in this case, frequencies, and all it means, it's just a guideline to what it's about. And it had to do with, one of them had to do with the physical body at a cellular level. Uh, the diff did with the changes. I don't know what Christina's feeling or doing. And when I'm working, there's a quantum wave that happens with me where the body just moves back and forth, and it's fun, and it makes me laugh. And with the session, the things that came up, um, it's just a guideline for what is showing what is needed in the moment, and that level of energy is, it's whether it's accessing the physical, or there's something on the spiritual level, that there'll be changes. I don't know what the changes are. It's what Christina notices during the session, how she's feeling after the session, and the energy, because it's not anything to do with my energy. It's connecting with the divine love energy that flows through us, around us, and is always present. And it's the one that's guiding for her and for me with the healing. Or it's it looks like healing. It's for her, and it's about transformation and just opening up to a new possibility for her, or many possibilities for her.
Right, right, right. And the possibilities of like seriously really being intentional. And what I noticed when you do the work with me is that I can feel it energetically. And I don't know, a lot of you viewers here are empaths, and, we understand frequencies. And, if you're confused with the content that we're talking about, please leave comments below. We'd love to hear what you have to say and, really understand what this work is. It's quantum level.
That it's happening in the now, that it means something to a lot of different people. There's different modalities that for this type of energy work, it's what I notice is that it tends to the changes happen fast. It doesn't mean that, and sometimes there's spontaneous uh, transformation that happens with people where uh, one time a friend had called me, and she had back pain and she couldn't even talk on the phone, and she was in her 80s. And I said, "Well, do you want me to play in the field?" And she said, "Sure." So we hung up, and 10 minutes later, she was calling me. I'm going, "What?" She couldn't talk before. What? I wonder why she's calling me now. And when I got on the phone with her, she said, "Thank you so much. The pain is gone." I said, "Wow, that's great." No, I have no idea what's going to happen with people, but that is definitely a possibility. So she was very happy about that, and it's happened to her before with me. With last year, we both had back pain, and so I said, "Okay, I played, with her. I had her on the phone, and all she is receiving, right?" And later on, she calls back, and it's not too long after, and she tells me, "Oh, thank you so much. The pain has left." So it's like you don't. It's different for everybody, right? And what might come up. So for her, the pain left. I still had my pain. You wonder, well, that's really nice. I'm happy for you.
I would
So
laugh, but my side is hurting so bad still. I mean,
I
it's
would
still
want.
like a,
Oh no,
oh gosh, it's, yeah. I mean, the pain did this. Why do you say that?
well,
It
it
lessened.
lessened. Yeah,
It
yeah,
lessened.
yeah. There's still,
So
yes, there's still more of that.
it's,
That
but I mean, I think but it is true that there is some kind of shift that happens when you do this work. And that's why I want to also, for the listeners that are listening, what is the difference between Reiki? Like, how does Reiki, right? Reiki or Reiki? What is it?
it's Reiki.
Okay, so what's the difference?
It's just a different modality that, and all are wonderful. Reiki, or there's different types of quantum energy, what they call it. It's just different ways to shift energy and create better health, better lives for people. I just have found that this is one of the fastest, and it's brought me great joy just playing in the field, that I noticed right away. It's the minute I step into connecting with that uh, higher energy, that it's just fun. And I'm in joy the whole time I'm doing it. And at the end of the session, well, if people are open to telling me, they'll let me know what they were experiencing in a session. And if it could be a slight pain went from one place to another, and then it was like all of a sudden it just popped and disappeared. Uh, or they feel a lot better, or they feel like a load has lifted. There's many different things that people have experienced, and it's always great to hear.
Right, right, right. And I am a true very tired. And I was like looking to Carol, I'm like, I am so tired. Do you remember this, Carol?
Oh, yes, I do.
And after that we went and we just sat and you were like, just hold on just a second. And I remember this so vividly. She started doing the process with me in person, and just the energy shift. You are such a power. I mean, seriously. Empath, you know when you can feel energy. When you're with Carol Denego, you can definitely feel her. She is a star that is so magnetic. So she's definitely worth checking out, because that kind of energy right there that she has, that frequency that she holds, is very rare. And it's amazing. Can you tell more me tell us more about like how you can do it remotely?
Well, it's we're all connected. That's so you don't need to have a person with you. Sometimes people are on the phone with me or a Zoom session, but because we're all connected, we all have that light and love, greater light and love within us, that it's easy to just put out the intent to connect with somebody. And that session that we did, for you were so exhausted, you wanted to take a nap.
Oh
only
yeah.
only we didn't have much time because we needed to get back into the workshop. So I just said, well, let me just play, play in the field really quick with you, and so that I said, it will create change. And the next thing you know, that she's very energized. She's going, what did you do to me? I don't even need coffee.
No, I didn't even need coffee.
And
I didn't even need coffee,
she
you
was
guys. That
very
was
energized
amazing.
to go back into the workshop.
Which, like, if any of you know what I'm talking about, being recoded over and over and over, it's very tiring. Like, I wanted to take a nap, but I couldn't, and coffee, and I just didn't need any coffee, and I was ready to rock and roll. So, thank you,
Yeah.
Carol.
Well,
I really appreciate that.
and
Yeah,
that's the difference between this type of energy work, that I don't get tired with what I'm doing because it's not my energy, and it's just a high vibration, of joy and love. So uh, I get energized by it. So
good.
yeah,
I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do. Okay, just to what? How do people get a hold of you?
through my website mandalajoyrising.com.
Okay, so when people get a hold of you, so can we get like what you said you were offering 30 minutes free, just to see if it's something that, will you be doing a process with them, or how does this work? What if someone were to get a hold of you?
Currently, I'm doing offering six people, free sessions, whether they want an energy session or a mandala. And if they contact me through my website and say, uh, surprise contest, which is what I labeled on the homepage of my website, then I'll know. And then if you're interested in a session, then please put that down. So I'm offering that for the first six people that contact me. Test.
Okay, I look forward. I'm so excited that you're running this contest. I'll leave all the information down below the description box. Thank you for tuning in. And again, my name is Christina Estrada with Booyah Marketing, where we have deeper connections, and definitely a hooey ho until we meet again. And this